Alright, so we're going to start with some shoulder stretches. For this one, you're just going to sit down, put your arms behind you and slide your arms down, hold it for 30 seconds. And for the next one, just flip your hands so your fingertips are facing your body and then bend into your elbows and hold it for 30 seconds. Now you're going to go find a wall or even some kind of ledge to put your hands up onto. You're going to tuck your chin in, look at your toes, and push into the floor. Hold it for 30 seconds. This one is the same sort of stretch except you're on the ground. Just keep your chin tucked in, look at your knees, and push your arms into the floor. If you want more of a stretch, you can come up onto your fingertips like I am here. For this next one, you're in the same position as the stretch before, except you're going to take one arm and cross it underneath your opposite arm. Okay, now we're moving on to some back stretching. So we're going to start with a seal stretch. Try to keep your chest up and push your hips into the floor. If you want to make this one a little more challenging, pull your feet and your legs together, and then you can also try to bend your knees and pull your feet up and reach your head back. Now we're going to do some back bridges. So our first one, we're going to have our legs and our feet together and our legs straight. We're trying to push all of our weight over top of our shoulders. Try to hold this one for at least 15 seconds. For our next bridge, we're going to be walking our hands and our feet as close as we can together. The goal would be to grab your ankles with your hands. Really make sure you're extending up with your arms and shoulders so you feel the full extent of the stretch. Alright, next is our wall bridge. This one's a little bit tricky, so make sure you're doing it properly. You're just going to start up nice and tall, walk your hands down the wall, and you're going to end up on your forearms with your back bent. Watch it one more time. So walk down the wall, and you'll end up on your forearms. Make sure your elbows are facing the ceiling. Do at least 2 of these and hold them for at least 15 seconds. Our next stretches are going to be some splits. So we're going to start with splits, arms up and reach back. Try to hold it for at least 15 seconds on each leg. If you want to challenge this a little bit more, you can try to bend your back leg. If you have a yoga strap, this can be very helpful. Just attach it to your foot, and then when you're in your splits, bend that back leg up and pull on the strap. You can use one hand to balance if you need to. This is our last split stretch, and you're going to need a wall for this one. So you're going to start on your hands and knees, then place one knee where the wall and the floor meet, and make sure that your toes are facing the ceiling. Don't let your leg drop to one side. If your leg starts to fall to one side, that means you're sliding too far down into your splits and your hips are sideways. And here it is again on the other side. So right here, this is what we don't want. We don't want to sit on our hip, and we don't want our back leg to fall sideways. Even when I readjusted, it was still sideways. So I had to come up a little bit to fix it. So don't slide down too far, just keep that leg up behind you and focus on keeping your chest up. Alright, so we're moving into the conditioning part of the video now. If you have ankle weights, this would be a great time to use them. We're starting with some simple arabesque pulses. So you're starting in an arabesque position and lifting your heel up to the ceiling. Try not to drop your chest too low, and make sure that your toe is pointed and your leg is straight the whole time. If you want to hold on to something for balance, that's totally fine. But if you want to challenge it, you can stand up on something like a yoga block or a stool or a stunt stand as well. Make sure you do at least 10 pulses on each leg. Now we're doing some hip circles. Start with your leg in a lib, then kick it straight out to the front, circle it all the way around to the back to an arabesque position, and then all the way back around to the front and back to your lib. Make sure you keep your hips and your chest to the front the whole time. next exercise, if you have a resistance band like this one, that would be great to use. So you can just put it around your legs and line it up with your knees. Then you're going to come into a tabletop position and bring one leg up, make sure it's still bent, and you're going to pulse your leg up. Make sure you're keeping your core tight and nothing is moving except for that top leg. When you switch to the other leg, just adjust the band so it's underneath your opposite knee. And this is the same exercise just without the band. Try to do at least 10 on each leg. Right, if you'd like, you can bring back the ankle weights for this next exercise. We're doing some more leg pulses in that tabletop position, except this time you're going to do it with a straight leg. And again, if you don't have ankle weights or if you don't want to use ankle weights, you don't have to. So here's the same exercise without ankle weights. Alright, last exercise is going to be our scorpion kicks. This one you can do with or without ankle weights. Try to do this one against the wall with your arms up by your ears. Use the space between your hands as a target to kick your foot to. And try to keep your chest up as high as you can. You can also try this same exercise in a tabletop position. So instead of pulsing here, you're kicking your leg up as high as you can. And those are all the exercises I have for you in this video. I hope you feel stretched and ready to work on body positions like your scorpion, scale, and arabesque. Make sure you practice those as well. Thank you for watching!